Hey guys, how's it going? This is your boy Cassie from Passive Fashion Online. In today's video, I actually wanted to speak about my reasons on why I decided to give more focus and attention to a platform called Ingramspark compared to Amazon KDP. Now, this is a topic which is debatable, but instead of filming this video through YouTube Shorts, I just felt that it's better to go in depth, speak at length, elaborate and tell you guys the main reason why I decided to do so and what exactly are my reasons why I prefer a platform like Ingramspark. Now, first thing first, Ingramspark is a wholesale distributor. You've got to understand that. Whereas Amazon KDP on the other end is a retailer. So there's a vast difference. I'm not going to go to each and every word and define the meanings of those words. It's your job to go out there and basically try to find out what the definitions are. Okay. So if you know what's a wholesaler and a retailer, well and good. Then continue watching and continue listening. So what Ingramspark does is it distributes your book to more than 40,000 distributors and retailers around the world that specifically are dealing with and selling books. And when I speak about books, it's ebooks and paperbacks. So when it comes to Ingramspark, they are known for that. Now with Amazon KDP on the other end, although it's known as one of the top-notch platforms, one of the top-notch retailers out there in the market, the problem is there are lots of challenges which many seasoned or experienced publishers have encountered and have faced. First thing is customer service is pathetic. Why I say that is mainly because there have been instances where not just me, but a few of my students, a few of my clients have received emails from Amazon KDP saying that they have decided to terminate the account for ridiculous reasons. There was a student or a client which I remember who got his KDP account terminated for no valid reason. And in fact, the reason that was given was, it said something like, we are terminating your account mainly because this account was found to be linked with an account that was previously terminated. Ridiculous. And it was the first time this person had actually opened an account on Amazon KDP platform. Unlike me and unlike few of other seasoned publishers which I know who have multiple KDP accounts, and then a few of them did make the mistake of using one IP address and publishing books through those multiple different accounts. So do not do that, because I also made that mistake initially and I had to bear the brunt. However, after a few years, I understood that the best thing and the smart thing to do is keep one device for one KDP account and one IP address for one particular entity or KDP account. Because if you're gonna keep logging into different KDP accounts which is under your name, or let's say under your company name, then there's a strong chance, there's a high chance that Amazon KDP Autobots can detect that, and the next thing you know is your account is going to get terminated. So don't do that. Like I was saying, pathetic customer service. There are times when you would encounter issues with metadata on the platform. There will be also moments when certain book covers could be rejected for no valid reason. And when I say for no valid reason, although it may sound counterintuitive, okay, but if you are a person that does each and every step properly or carefully before you get out there and publish your book files, then you really know what you're doing. All right. However, there is very less control that you've got as a publisher or as an entrepreneur on the platform or on the system which you're making use of. You get my point? So it's better to basically focus on places or on areas where you actually have more control on. Now, with a platform like Ingramspark, the good thing is you create your books, through the ghostwriters, get the books proofed, with the grammar check done, and once you ensure that you've created a high quality product, a high quality digital product, then you get out there and go ahead and publish your book. That's a smart thing and the wise thing to do. Now, do not compromise on quality. Now, if you're someone who's thinking of just making use of AI tools and just spamming, all these platforms, then let me tell you, your account will be terminated. And even on Ingramspark, because there are people who've tried this shortcut method, they've just had to bear the losses. So do not do that, all right? So if you want to maintain and run this as a proper professional business, then you got to make sure that you follow all the rules and regulations, you respect the rules and regulations, and then do whatever is necessary or whatever is required from your end as a publishing entrepreneur. Another reason, just to emphasize on that particular point, is that your account can get terminated just like a snap of your fingers at any given moment. And then, like most of the reasons that's given to you, is just ridiculous. And by the time you just keep sending these chain of emails back and forth, you just realize that you're just wasting your time. Now, if you're lucky, and of course I also have been lucky on many instances where I have been able to reinstate my account, but what happens is after a few months, they terminate it again. Because you go into their radar. So So that's where the problem lies. What I ultimately decided to do was whatever KDP accounts I had, I ultimately decided to sell some of them. And currently we have opened one. My team has opened one account. We also got to ensure that that entity isn't in your name. If you do decide to open a new KDP account, you got to make sure, number one, it should not be under your name. It can be under one of your employees' name or one of your manager's name. Second, it should have a totally different IP address. Third, you have to use a brand new device, or a device in which you have never accessed any of the Amazon KDP accounts, if ever you had, or if someone else had. You get my point. So you got to ensure that all these steps are followed properly. Other reason why I prefer Ingramspark is also what I've noticed is they've got a broader and a bigger market when it comes to foreign languages. As many books of mine that I've noticed, like I talk about the German language or Portuguese, and even books on the Arabic language. So Arabic is an interesting market which we've tried and tested, and we've encountered some amazing results, which was really brilliant. We really had some good sales, and we still do, especially in months like from Feb to June. These are some really good months when we see our books selling well in the Arabic market in particular. But having said that, we've also noticed that the books, like our foreign language books, sells much better on Ingramspark compared to a platform like Amazon KDP, especially the Spanish books, German books, French books, and they all sell very well on Ingramspark. And like I said, the good thing about Ingramspark is you don't need to run ads, because on Amazon KDP, you got to keep running ads. You got to keep seeing that you're putting a lot of effort in marketing and all those other tasks. However, on Ingramspark, you don't have to do that. All that you got to do is you got to ensure that you're creating a high quality book. You got to make sure that it's proofread, the grammar checks are done properly, and even if you're using AI tools, just make sure that you don't trying to cut corners. You do whatever is required to be done from your end as a publishing entrepreneur. Make sure that you don't compromise on quality. Hire some professionals who know what has to be done when it comes to creating a proper book. Once that's done, work on high quality covers, good quality covers, and then go ahead and publish the book. So like I was saying, in Ingramspark, you don't have to run ads. You don't have to keep monitoring the bids daily. Now, even if you do hire someone, you don't have to go through the hassle of monitoring it on a regular basis, or neither do you have to give this task to someone to do so. Obviously, you can hire people. There are companies that you can hire who would specifically only manage your Amazon advertising campaigns. You know what I'm saying? So yes, there are a few companies, but look at it this way: the time, effort, money, whatever that you've decided to outsource, you could probably use that and do much better things. Create books, and also what you could do is you could convert those books, publish them on audiobook platforms like InAudio, Spotify, Authors Republic, CX as well, provided you do have an existing KDP account. But I would still encourage you to publish these books more on platforms like InAudio, Findaway, and Authors Republic, because again, ACX belongs and is owned by Amazon, and at any given time, if your Amazon KDP gets terminated, your ACX account also gets terminated, just like that. So, like I said, guys, these are some main reasons why I've decided to focus primarily on platforms like Ingramspark. And yes, on Ingramspark, you can have multiple accounts. And like I said again, although there is no hard and fast rule that you're going to have different IP addresses, but it's better. It is advisable to use different devices, different IP addresses, much better for you. So that's what the whole video was all about. And I felt that it's better to go into detail, elaborate the points, and then give you guys more information on what exactly is the main reasons why me and my team decided to focus more on Ingramspark platform. Alright guys, so if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care. God bless.